This is Lee with 82 Game of 12. And last video got cut off, so I'm not very good with this editing business, so I'm just going to upload this video after the other video. So that was 4, this is 5, and I'm just going to pick up where we were when we got cut off. And that was, we just got the defensive fire from Withers here against DeCourcy. So then we're going to do the close combat. So now we switch the two. And the unit still has to go through, I guess, with the close combat. So we've got kind of a difference here of not only the trench, but also the fact that he's outnumbered. But so that's where we're picking up. This is Prelude to Vicksburg. Battle of Chickasaw, Bayou, December 26th through 29th, 1862. This is Revolution Games, the American Civil War series, Volume 9, and designer Stephen Oliver. And of course, we've got the back here mention of the blind sword system designer Herman Luttmann. So great system that I'm enjoying immensely in playing through these battles. A lot of them, to me, they're I know very little of, especially the Western theater. So Jackson, most of Jackson's, Stonewall Jackson's encounters I'm aware of. I've read quite a bit about him. But so here we are. This is the 1230 turn. So, and this is DeCourcy's activation. And so here we go. So we've got the 16th Ohio against the 26th and the 17th Louisiana, both of them B. So I guess it's a demi brigade, maybe. All right, so DeCourcy starts with a strength of 4, and he's outnumbered 2 to 1. So 4 goes down to 2, okay, and let's see, they're going to have a higher CR, so now we're at 1. Defenders in trench, that's 2, so now we're just going to be at C. Okay, 44. It's going to be a close fight. 21 is, he takes a depletion, which is going to put him on the track, broken track. So he'll go to broken box 1. Okay, then over here, we've got Greg, 50th Tennessee, is going to fire at 22nd Kentuckians. Oh, they're both in trench, but I'll go ahead and give it to him. So from 6 becomes 4. 45. And yeah, it's going to be routine. 53, depletion, and retreat 1. So, he has to go back here to the bridge. It doesn't say that. I was trying to see if, okay, if you retreat over that, okay, it says when you retreat to the Bayou, it's never rolled on the Bayou entry table. It's just rolled there for a cohesion check. So he's got the bridge there, but the bridge was not very wide. And if you're retreating, you're just pell-mell retreating. So let's roll. So he's going to have a 1. All right, so they get a hit. They're going to be shaken. I don't think the rule specifically states that, but just common sense would tell you they can't retreat across that narrow bridge. If they're retreating, they're going pell-mell. So, okay. So DeCourcy, of course, wasn't successful. Probably wasn't a good idea to attack. Should have just got on there and waited for an opportunity to maybe just fire. Use his muskets instead of trying to bayonet it through. So, all right, so he's done. Put Morgan back in the cup. Of course, he gets flipped over. And we draw. We get M. Smith. M. Smith. Flip him over. Barton, Vaughn, or Greg. And I think I'll probably go with Greg. And Greg, I got to roll first to see if we get an activation. Yes. Okay, full activation. So he's going to move to there. This guy here is moving to there to block him in. This one here is going to there. That one's going to there. See, this guy would have been able to fire, moving these guys. This guy would have been able to fire here. So let's do that. 6. He's in a trench. So he's halved and then shifted 2 to the left. Excuse me. So 3 becomes a 1. No effect. And then no one else has anybody within range or sight. So go back to what we were doing. He's going to block the corduroy road. He goes there. He goes to there. He goes to there. And then Smith goes back in the cup. And we flip Greg over. And then we pick someone else. Steal. So he doesn't have, oh, sorry. Oh, sliding the chair. Okay. He's got Hovey and Thayer. So he gets +1 on his command reading. Rolled a 4. +1 is a 4, so he passes. So he wants to move Thayer to give some room for Hovey. He's going to need to do movement. It leaves this guy here just hanging on. But we've got to be able to get these units up here ready to advance. Attack's not going to get these guys up there. So we're going to do a maneuver with Thayer. So we're going to try to move the 9th Ohio into the Bayou. 3. Spin 4, not enter. Spin 4, enter, and take a cohesion test. Okay. So he goes in, takes a cohesion test. Now in the Bayou, you're not supported. So 3 or less. 2, he passed. So, okay, that's 4. He can't move here because he's on maneuver. So next is the 26th, and he's going to move into here. Or maybe let's see here. Let me look about the Pioneers. I should be using them. Okay. Okay, any infantry unit starting its activation, adjacent to or in the same hex as a fallen timber marker can place a pioneer unit on that fallen timber, as long as an enemy unit or pioneer unit doesn't already exist there. Okay, one may be placed per Union infantry. Okay, so it doesn't say that it uses their doesn't say that it takes the takes away the infantry unit's movement. The dilemma that I'm facing right here is, okay, so he's here. There's a creek right there to cross. Okay, now the fallen timber requires all their movement. So can they cross a creek and still enter that hex? So now I can put a pioneer there. I would say I wouldn't be able to, because you got to cross, and that's not used. That you're not using all of your movement. You're using part of your movement across that. So that would be a pro. I guess you'd have to clear that first. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to clear it with the pioneer. Should have done that probably at the very beginning, but I don't think I saw that. Okay, so he's going to try to move here, this unit. So he placed the pioneers, and now he's going there into the Bayou. Got a 5, he can't go. So that used 4 points. This guy's going to try to go in there. Three. Yeah, he's not going there either. This guy can't go there. Artillery can't go into there. But the thing is, the beginning of the game, they had this artillery on this. And that's prohibited. Must have been a mistake. They should have probably been there at the beginning of the game. They can't enter one of those hexes. So basically Thayer wasn't able to do much except move this guy. Okay, so Thayer's done. Steel goes back in the cup. Thayer is finished. Good ground. Excuse me. Place this good ground marker in any Confederate occupied clear or light wood hex that doesn't contain a trench. Confederate units in this hex defending fire close combat will apply an additional 2-column shift to the left. So, let's see here. Now let's put it right here. Right there. Okay. Next, sharpshooters. Play now or at the start of any chit draw phase. So I can immediately issue fire combat against any eligible enemy target. Unit gets a column shift to the right 3 on the attack with a maximum CRT. Final column on the CRT, no more than 5. Okay. So I think we want to use it against Thayer here. So he's got the trench. So he's got 3. Trench goes to the left 2. And then we can move to the right 3. So get to 4. 45 at 4, 1 to 3, and he is unsupported, so he does have a 3. So we're at 18. Who was 61? He's going to be depleted. Okay. So with that, oh, we got a rally marker. Let's see who could use rallying. Sheldon here. Try to regroup him. Same thing over here with Blair. I'll do Sheldon there. So Confederates don't have rally. All right, we're going to try to rebuild. He gets an increase of 2 to his CR. So he has a 3. Rolled a 1, so he rebuilds. SD Lee. Okay. Still haven't had anybody breach the trench. We got Withers and Thomas. So Withers is over here. And Thomas is right here. So I think what we want to do is try to regroup with Thomas if we can pass for a full activation? No, I rolled a 5. So limited activation. Just can't do anything. SD Legal's back in the cup. Thomas is flipped over. A.J. Smith. And man, doesn't he look old? Look like a grandpa. Burbridge. Right there. Can I get a full activation? 2. So yes, full activation for Burbridge. And he wants to, oops. He wants to assault. So all right. I think the Cypress, yeah, they block line of sight. So that's going to limit our, but we're going to do an assault. So this guy can fire here. Okay, the 23rd Wisconsin's is going to fire at the 40th Georgia's. Okay, so range of 2 is long, so 50%, so he's 4.5. Levy, he's firing from the swamp. So it's going to be 2 for the trench, 1 for the levee, 1 for the firing from the swamp. So that's going to be a 4. It's going to be a C. And Barton has a 4, but because he's unsupported by another unit of his brigade, he's a 3. All right, so they got a 56. Not enough. All right. This one here, if he's firing 2, 3, that'd be 1. No, he can't. He's ineffective. Same thing with everybody else. So all right, so now we're going to move, and we're doing okay, we're doing an attack. So he goes to here. This guy here, this is the Cypress. I think I have to roll for cohesion going into that Cypress. Yeah. Cypress is 5. Okay, I only have 4, so I wouldn't be able to enter there. I could move here, but I couldn't move there. This guy won't be able to move. I think that was, you can't move there. He was here. maybe, well, we already did it, so moving him here. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy can't move. This guy could move only if he moved into there. This guy here is going to try to enter the Bayou. 6, he can't. So he's done. This guy's going to try to enter the Bayou. 3. So he enters, and he's got to roll for cohesion. 1 or less. 1, so he doesn't suffer. Cohesion hit. This guy can't move. Cavalry unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Let's see. 12. He might be able to. No, he can't. He's cavalry. But he could turn over to unmounted. That's what he does. All right. So we're going to have close combat here. And here, one of these two. So Barton, the 40th Georgia, he was going to fire here because he's got more defense here. This guy's in a swamp. Plus he's got the levee and the trench. This guy's got just the trench. But he's also got trench here. So he's 7, but he's got to move down 2 because of the trench. So 7, 4, 31, no, 13, nothing. So he failed. Okay, so this guy's going to be the lead unit. This guy's the supporting unit. Okay, so we start off at 9. No, actually 8, because he's got that -1 for being shaken. So he's actually at 7. No. He's still at 8, 9. Okay, so it didn't change anything. Okay, outnumbered, he's 8, that's 17 to 7, that's 2 to 1, so we go up to 12 to 13. Higher CR is going to be the defender, so 10, 11. No smooth bores. Good ground, defender, no. In a trench, so now we go down to 6, 7. Okay, we're at 6, 7. Six, 7, 36. He's got a 3, so we're going to be routine. 24, retreat 1. Okay, so he forces him to retreat 1. So he'd have to retreat to here, and then he'd have to retreat again. So you would get opportunity fire on that guy, which may not come out to anything. He may not be able to. He's going to be at half strength. So that would be 3.5, so 3. So we've got 1, 2, and then the levee, and then he's in a swamp. So yeah, he can't. No opportunity fire. And let's see, I think advance after combat. I think I can advance either one of those units. Yep, he can. So he can move right into there. All right. So A.J. Smith and Burbridge, they're done. Smith only has that one brigade. All right, let's roll. Steel has, it's going to be Hovey. He already activated Thayer. So let's see if he can activate him. No, he cannot. So steel is done. Now I do have that command clarity, but let's see where that's at. Is it only on certain? Yeah. Instead of rolling, you can declare command clarity. Okay. So I got to remember, you got to use it before you roll. All right. M. Smith. And he's got Vaughn and let's see, Greg and Vaughn left, I think. Yeah. No, Barton and Vaughn. It's already used Greg. So can he activate them? Yep, sure can. So we've got Vaughn. That's there. And over here. So I guess I'm going to activate Vaughn. So let's go ahead and turn Vaughn over. Okay. So it's going to be in it. Well, I guess we could do defend. I don't want to really attack that guy. So we're doing defend. So we're defend. We could recover with a defend. And we get to fire. Okay. So let's fire. Let's fire over here first. So 60th Tennessee against 23rd Wisconsin's. And he is in a trench. So 9 drops down to 7. No. 8, 9. 6/7 to 5. 2-column shift. 42. Okay. And he's a 2 down to a 1 without any support. I think his support a non-shaken, non-disrupted unit. So, okay, we got a 42. So it's going to be just routine. 56. Oh. So depleted. And morale hit and retreat 2. Okay. So okay. See if it gives us the retreat. I don't think it really says. No. I'm going to retreat him right there. All right. Now we go over to this other unit over here. He's stacked with this artillery unit. So let's move them out of the way. Okay, this guy's in a... He's also in a trench. All right, so he loses 1 SP, so he's at 4. So we're going to be at 2 on this one. Oh, 66. He's going to be at a 2. It's going to be routine. 25. He's got to retreat 2. So he would have to go here into this bayou, which means he's got to roll for cohesion. And he takes a hit because his cohesion is 2, and I rolled a 3, so he's shaken. And then you can retreat into that. But of course he's got to take a cohesion test, and I don't think he passed. Yeah, he did. All right. so that's where he ends up.
So okay, and then because he's in defensive orders, he can then remove this. So
okay, so he's done. Smith still has Barton, so he goes back in the cup. And we just drew Pemberton. No, yeah, we did.
So
Pemberton. Got to roll first. 2.
okay, so Pemberton is going to be able, these guys are going to do a defensive. So they can fire. Right here, this guy's got 7. So that's half of, no, not half. So that's 7. They're going to fire right there. 29th Missouri. So they start off with 7. So we're at 6, 7. He's in a trench. So that's 2 down, so we're at 4. 13's not going to do anything. Okay. All right. This guy moves to here. This guy moves to here. And they can both remove their shaken
Because they're both now at least 3 away. Three hexes away.
One, two, three. So Pemberton is done. Withers is done. Well, no, we don't have to move him. What is it? We did it through the CIC.
Okay. All right. So next, M. Smith again, which means it's going to be Barton. Six, limited activation.
So we'll fire here. going to fire and hit this guy. So we're going to fire these two guys together. Okay. So, rifle, 1, 2. He's at 4.5. 1, 2, 3. He's quartered, so that's 2. So that's going to be 6. He's at 6. Okay, now this guy is light woods, but he's in the fallen timbers. So, okay, targeting light woods, fallen timbers, or cypress. So he's going to be firing at a 5. We got a 62. And let's see, he has a he's alone. These guys don't supply, this guy doesn't supply support. He's in a bayou, so he's got a 1, so this could be rough, or tough actually. Tough. 55 is depleted. It's not that one, it's this one. So he's depleted. Morale hit. Retreat 2. But he's going to the broken box, because once he goes into here, he has to roll for cohesion. And he's going to have a 0 cohesion. So he goes to broken box 3. And then we have panic. So panic 1. Okay. So this is where he was at. So this guy here is going to be who's panicking. Alright, so panic. Okay, we're going to select one enemy unit in the targeted hex or any adjacent hex that has a modified CR of 2 or less. It suffers a morale hit and must retreat 3 hexes. So, the only eligible unit is going to be this Sheldon right here. So he takes a morale hit, shaken, and retreats 3 hexes. Oops. All right. Now this Barton unit is going to fire on this unit. so we've got, he's in fallen timbers. Okay, he's going to have a 3.5 for strength due to long range. So we're at 3. One shift to the left because of the fallen timber terrain. So we're at 2. 53, 1 or 2. And he's going to have, well, he's got actually support. No, he doesn't. What's this guy? No support. He doesn't receive any support, so he's at a 3. But my roll, strength of 2, 53, 1 to 2. Okay, so no effect. All right, so Smith is done. Okay. Morgan. So he's got Lindsay or Sheldon left. He gets a +1 to his command rating, and he rolled a 3, so he passes. So we've got either Lindsay or Sheldon. Let's see. Where's the other Sheldon? There he is. He's shaking. Lindsay here. I think he'll do Lindsay. So first off, I could fire here. These guys are in a trench. In fact, the levee is on that other. I guess it's not supposed to be. I guess it is part of this. Part of that. So 3, 1, 2, 3 plus the swamp. He wouldn't be able to fire. But we go attack. He can go there. This guy here can try to move into the bayou. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he can move in there. I rolled a 1. So that's 4. As far as he can go. This unit here with attack orders. He can move 6. So here we'd have to go 1, 2. Let's see what he has to do. Creek. No, it's cavalry plus 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. So he goes to right there. And that's it. So Lindsay's done. And Morgan goes back in the cup. Palma, Epilmall. All right, so this is going to allow, just read it again here. Select one unengaged U.S. artillery unit, and you may perform one of the 2 actions. Move the artillery unit 1 hex into any non-prohibited hex. Artillery engagement is not allowed with this 1 hex move. Then place the brown Palma marker on the artillery unit, and any incoming fire combat into that hex receives a 2-column shift to the left. Leave it on the artillery unit as long as it remains in that hex. Immediately remove all shaken and disrupted markers from this artillery unit. So one or the other. I don't think I have any artillery units that are shaken. Do I? Guess I'll put it on this one. Let's see, where's it at? There we go. Just like that. All right, next chip. Morgan. So now we look at Sheldon, possibly. 1. Okay. So they can move. Oh, I gotta plug up my phone here. Okay. So okay, let's go to do defend. I can't fire at anybody, but I can move here. And this guy can move then here, and he can take this shaken off. Okay.
Okay, so Morgan's done. Sheldon's done. Firing low. What happened here? Firing low we can use when the Union's firing at the Confederates. SD Lee. So he's got Withers over here. Nobody's advanced beyond that. They're still in the trenches. 2, we got full activation. So we want to do an attack, of course. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fire right here. So we've got 10. He's in the trench. So 10 becomes 6, 7. 34. He is supported. So no effect on that fire. And these guys don't have seven. They don't have line of sight to anybody. This guy's gonna go 1, 2. This guy goes 1, 2 with these guys. Maybe it's, let me look back here. Okay. All right, so we're going to have defensive fire. These guys are attacking here. This guy's not attacking anybody. He could go here. But it's just these guys. Alright, so we've got 9. 8, 9. Higher CR yet? No. It's even CR. All rifled. Defenders in a trench. So we'll go down to 5. That's where it's going to be. Wait a minute. Yeah, I already did that. Okay. Should have done the firing low, but oh well. So we got a 51. And I said, what, 8, 9? Moved down to 5. 51 is going to be routine. 36. Morale hit. Retreat all 2. So he's got to retreat 2. So just retreating there. So, Bayou, he's got to check his cohesion. Okay, he's at 3, but now he's at 2 because he gets no support in there. So yeah, he's now just disrupted. And then he can go into here, but then he's also got to check again. He goes into that cypress. Yeah. And now he's only got a 1. And he failed. So he's going to the break table, broken box. So let's see here, hold on. Yeah. All right, so he went to the broken box. These guys could actually move in. I think they will. Right there. So SD goes back in because we might have some reinforcements. Roll on the fortunes of war, fog of war. Fog of war. 3. Wayward Union move. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. We get a Union wayward move. We're going to move this Blair unit back to here. But before we do that, we have opportunity fire. So we've got 3, 2, and 4. So half is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in the open, so it's just 4. 21 is not going to be anything. I don't think. What I say, 4, 21, nope.
But he still has to move back there. All right. Next. Sherman. So Sherman, if he can pass, he rolled a 6, so no. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Okay. Okay. Play now or at the start of any chit draw. Select one from the unit and move, one from the hex and move every USA infantry unit up to 1 hex in any direction. But all such moving units must be adjacent to Confederately occupied hexes, or hex. These units, even if they did not move, must then conduct a close combat. They get a increase of a CR by +1 and a column shift of 2 to the right for the attack. If moving into Bayou hex, do not roll for Bayou entry table. On the Bayou entry table, entry is automatic with no cohesion check. So this is an opportunity to get somebody in across. Yeah, let's do this guy. All right. 32nd Missouri. Huzzah, 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 huzzah. Okay, so first off, we have defensive fire. He's in the open. He's not supported. So -1, but he gets the +1. So he's at 1. Right? Well, yeah. He's shaken. Plus he's not supported. So yeah, he's at 1. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9. 45. 45. Okay. Is it 1? So that's going to be tough. 63. Uh-oh. 63. So he's got to retreat 2, and he's depleted. It says depletion 2. So let's check that out. Okay, that would only be if there's another unit there in the same hex. Okay. Now he's got to retreat 2, though. 63. Okay. Now, He goes here. He's going to the broken track. Right. Well, no. He would just go disruption. But he's got to retreat again. And the only place he can retreat is here, which then sends him to the break, or forces him to do a break test. Of course, he's going to go to broken box 3. Because when you get disrupted, let's see, he was here, there, he became disrupted, and then here, he's at 0, so of course he's going to the he's got to do a break test, and of course he can't pass the break test. So, okay. All right. So that didn't help us confront the Union. M.L. Smith. Finally. M.L. Smith. He's going to be on this side of the battlefield. He gets a +1. Ooh, 6 he fails. So, I guess he'll go with Stewart, I guess. So, all right, this guy, if we go with these two guys, then we just play this. Okay, so that removes that. Now, this guy can't fire at any of these guys because these guys are next to him. So, they could fire this guy to here. That's 1, 2, 3. It would be 2, but then you've got the levy and the, yeah, he would be ineffective. So that's it. They're done. Okay, he goes back in the cup. And we got SD Lee, and he's done because there's not any reinforcements coming yet. And we got another huzzah, 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 huzzah. So we're going to go here. So he goes to here. And it's attacking here. So we've got defensive fire from this guy, but we've got supportive fire from these guys. So that's going to be 3.5, and that's going to be 5. 5 and 7 is 12. Oh, 66. Oh, that's going to be severe. So 36 is depletion, break test, and retreat 3 with 1 panic. I don't know if I did the other panic a while ago. Don't have anybody that's going to follow to the panic. Right here, adjacent. This guy's not adjacent. So, let's see. Yeah, he's still going to be. All right, so now he's got to do a break test. So we got 36. Three. That's where he's going to be. A 3. So he survived, but he's going to be shaken. And he's got to retreat 3 with 1 panic, but nobody's within. There's no 1 or 2 cohesion units adjacent. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. But he's got to do his checks here. So cohesion checks. 4. Okay, so now he's disrupted. He goes here, and he's got to do a break check. And he survives that. Well, he's unsupported, so he's actually a 0. So he's going to go to the broken track, box 1. I don't know if I moved those guys over there. Yeah, I should have moved these 2 guys here. And then, let's see, I guess the Corsi should have been moved to there available. So, my mistake at the end of the other turn. All right, so that wasn't very effective. Can't get past the defensive fire.
Okay, Fortunes of War. That means whoever's pulled next, which is M.L. Smith, which is the last remaining guy, which is G. Smith. They don't get an activation. So, there we go. So that's the end of the 1230 turn, and now the Union will be rolling without the benefit of any kind of modification on their command rolls, activations. So this is what things look like. You had, well, the Corsi here is, this has got to be removed. This good ground is no longer effective. Blair was pushed out. The Corsi's here. Lindsay stepped in right there, but they've been pushed out each time. Now, down over here is where we're going to have some issues. These guys are shaking. That guy's going to have a 0. This guy here, who's got a 1 now, well, he's actually got a 0. He's not supported. This guy can't move. So now they're going to have to do some movement just to get these guys, maneuver to get these guys over here. But, again, they're over here. And the Confederates have to do something about it. I don't know where they're going to get their, I guess, these Thomas guys here. But they've got to get them undisrupted and so forth. Rebuild them and so forth. So that's where we're at. So far, the Union have pushed across and then been pushed back. And, but we do have this weakness over here where Burnbridge is at. So we'll see what happens there. And on the broken track, of course, we're going to have to move everybody to there, to here, to here. And then this Pioneer unit, he gets flipped over. Let's see if I can find him. There he is. He gets flipped over to that side, which means that if he's still there at the end of next turn, that fallen timber marker is removed. So he's chopped up the timbers and removed them. So that'll help the Union in that respect. They need to be putting pioneers out in these other places. That's my fault. I haven't been doing that. So that's important for the Union. Should have had them out here too. Cleared that way out. So that way we wouldn't have to have the cohesion hit die roll on units that are retreating. So that's a key element there that I mistakenly disregarded for the Union. But we do have quite a few morale hits out here on the Union forces. And like I said, the Confederates, they just don't have any reinforcements, except for SD Lee's, but they're going to come in at one at a time unless the Union moves down here and takes control of down here, this area. So come back and see what happens in the next video. Again, this is 82 Gaming 12, and we are taking a look at Revolution Games Prelude to Vicksburg, the 9th volume in the American Civil War series.